I don't know if I did the thing. Oh, I stop it. Oh, there we go. Dun, 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 dun. Too much technology over here. Oh, cancel. I'm not doing that. So, hello, 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 everybody. Thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. CC's Texas Garden. Hey, Auntie, what you cooking? I think I pinned it up the top. Tonight we are baking skillet chocolate chip cookies. You don't need any tools. All you need to do is bring yourself. And it's a small batch. We're not putting on any aprons. We are not taking a stand mixer out. We are not doing any of that fancy stuff. This is when you're sitting there watching somebody else's live and you got a little taste for something besides popcorn, and that's what you want to do. This is that kind of a party. Enough for Uncle Roscoe tonight, sissy. Just enough for him and you. You don't have to worry about what you're going to do with the rest. It's a small batch. The most we will be using is 1 cup of flour. So, let me try to figure out. Oh, I'm looking at stuff. David Corey, you know you were going to get a front seat. Oh, you got this. I got you, David. I got you. So, I want to talk about a couple, and it's quick. It's quick. This is like a little 20-minute joint. I already have all the stuff out there, and you are going to enjoy this. Uh, who has um who has one of the a black skillet in the house? Put a one in the class. A one in the chat if you have a skillet. Guess what? I have two skillets. One is like a grill, so that's just for meat. And I can't put the cookies in it. But the other one, hola, amigas, hermana, Lorraine T. I have bacon grease in it because I fried some bacon to do something for a stir fry tomorrow. But we got this. We got this. Karen's little garden. Hello. Thank you for coming. And welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome each and every one of you. If you are here on the replay, I thank you for coming. Don't forget to leave a little message so that I know you are here and a thumbs up. I appreciate all of you subscribers. I appreciate you in the bushes. It counts to my watch time, and I appreciate you looking at the commercials. Hopefully, I could get enough in that it will pay my rent for the restream for the month. It's like $19 and some change, so it's like $22. Yes, 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 y'all. So we're gonna chit chat for a couple minutes while other people are coming in, and I have to take care of one of my challenges. One of the challenges that I enrolled in. David Corey, you got a skillet? I need to come over there and cook for you, bruh. All them groceries I see you in that garden. It drives me crazy. I want to get in there so bad. I just love, love, love vegetables. So, one of my challenges that I'm in is to save $5 a week. Almost Homesteading with Janet. Thanks for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. And I decided 2 weeks ago that I'm going to start saving $10 a week in my cash envelope. Why? Because there's a piece of quilting equipment that I want to get. Debas the Pug Mama, thanks for coming. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You guys are so funny. I was in your bushes today, but I had to finish something. As soon as I put my money in this envelope, I'm going to show you one of the things I completed today. So here's my little $10 Sassy. Hola, how are you? I missed you. So if I had Sassy's money, I would throw mine away. It bees that way when you retire. So today is 2/22, 2025. I almost said 2/22, 2022. But today is my one biological granddaughter. Today is her birth anniversary. It's her birthday and her anniversary. She got married. She got remarried. They got married on 2/22, 2022. So they cannot forget their anniversary. So a couple of quickie things that I will be doing in the future in case you guys want to get some stuff and do it with me. I have this, I didn't know where I put it, but I ordered from Africa. Oh, thank you, Sassy. I know you're working hard. I know you're working hard, baby girl. This is Yellow Brick Road, pure, unrefined, raw shea butter. I ordered it from Africa a little while ago. So I make body butter. I make all those poultices and salves and all the things with herbs. I've been doing it for like almost 60 years because I got married when I was 19 and I'm 76 now and I have sensitive skin, so a lot of the stuff you buy in the store I've never been able to use on my skin. I had to use like olive oil or shea butter. And when I used to go to New York City, you could go like on 116th Street, 125th Street, and they had all these street vendors from Africa, and you could buy like a pound, I want to say for like $10, $15. So for those of you who are new, Garden GQUAT stands for Garden Quilt and Art Traditions, but I spelled traditions kind of funny. So when I go live, I call it the Garden Quilt and Art Show. And I'm ready to get planting. And I have a lot of containers because Connecticut warmed up today. It has been horrid. For the last 2 weeks, everything has just been a block of ice. A block of ice. I have not even been to the park. Janet says, "Ooh, nice, Auntie Ellen. I can't wait to see how that is. I struggle to find quality shea butter for my products." This is the raw deal. The raw deal. But I forgot where I put it. So I was looking for some boxes because I have to mail Dolores's quilt and it is finished. Oh, let me finish with the gardening part for the G and the Q and the A and the T. So I couldn't find my soldering iron. That's how I put holes in it. I graduated from most of the Dollar Tree containers that I used to have, but I have the milk jugs, except I have a community garden and it's part of a senior complex, and they don't want to see all those labels and other stuff over there. So I have some juice jars that I was able to peel the label off and they're clear. So I had to buy a new soldering iron. So tomorrow when I'm in church and not sneaking on um, some of the channels that are on Sunday, I will be sticking holes in my jar, cutting them and holes on the bottom. And I wanted to tell those of you who use your soldering iron inside, either use this is the little sponge that came in it, but I just use a regular sink sponge from the dollar store and I wet it, and because the plastic is going to melt and stick on here and smoke, and then you have to smell it. I already have asthma. I don't need to be choking on burning plastic. It might accidentally make the alarm, one of the alarms go off, because I do it in the kitchen and there's an alarm, a smoke detector right near the stove. Okay, so that is it for the gardening. I will be getting started, and I'm going to, well, first let me go back up here and show you this beautiful quilt, because I will be taking it down this week and putting it on my bed. This one was made by my dear Maria Graham. So, isn't it beautiful? So, I will let you look at it for a minute. It's, I think she said 54 inches by 54 inches. But now I want to show you one of the things I've been working on, because it was in slow motion. And dun, 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 dun. This is an 8-foot sofa back there, you guys. So this quilt back there is actually 54 inches wide by 70 inches. It's a little smaller than a twin bed. And this is Dolores's quilt. Dolores, who has been helping me with my animation and other things. This is her quilt because she's a pink girl living in a pink world. So I had some flowery pink. Oh, and she is gardening now. She is growing, growing, growing. Oh, Dolores, there she is. I knew you were in the bushes, but I did talk to her earlier, and she's getting laryngitis. So I'll be climbing like a ninja again. Allegedly, Janet. I promise that I won't do anything dangerous unless I have my help me, I've fallen and I can't get up alarm on. So, yeah, that's what we are working on today. So, does anybody have any questions? And Dolores, your box is right here. It's ready to go. Mother, hello, Mom. Whenever I do something, I'm not supposed to like talking all crazy. Like when I said I'm ready to go, Mother. So here's a box to send Dolores's quilt to her. Of course, I will put some tissues in it. I've already sprayed it with something special, a special herb, to give it some type of spiritual feeling. I like that. I like that. And for those of you who don't know what a fidget quilt is, I made it partially a fidget quilt by putting ties. David Corey, you and I, when you were asking me about quilts, you asked me if I remember the old fashioned quilts where, sorry, mother, my mother does not like my bangs hanging down, but they do. You scream for joy, but you don't have a voice. That's okay. That's okay. Little pink girl will have it in her pink world and do whatever she wants with it. And it's a nice size. You can cuddle up in it. You won't. It's not the one your butt would be sticking out or your arm. This one you can cuddle up in. But David asked me if I remember when they used to tie the quilts. Well, one of my grandmothers lived in the South, and they used to have, my aunt told me, a frame that was made out of wood. Somebody said, hello, Mother Pankey. ARD. Hello and thank you. And welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm a dance for you, ARD. Hold on. Yeah, baby. Let's see if I can get it back now. Uh-oh. Let me see. Okay, so I danced. Back to you. So I danced. I was all up in it. Dunzel Cooper. Thanks for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. No Mona sifting some soil. ARD tapping in from the Bay with much respect. He said, "Stop it. Stop it." I like that little music. So, without further ado, let's go make some quickie cookies, you guys. So, everything is set up, it's all measured up, and I'm just going to put this on for a second because I'm going to walk over there and I don't want to spit you guys up while I'm going over there. And I want to watch where I'm going and not drop anything. And here we go. Now, let me see. Turn this back on. So now I want to show you one of my gifts that Maria Graham gave me last week. And after I read her note, I figured out what it is. It's a recipe card holder. That's what this little butterfly is. And these are the ingredients that we will be using today. First thing, I guess, let me see if I could do it like this. Uh-oh. And hold it still. Because the first thing I'm going to do is turn the oven on 350. It's slightly warm already. And these are the simple ingredients. This is a small batch. 6 tablespoons of soft butter. Uh-oh. I put 8 in there. Let me get some of it out. Okay. So 6 tablespoons of soft butter. I'm used to making the small batches of banana bread. 1/3 cup of dark brown sugar, 1/2 cup of cane sugar, 1 cup of, oh no, we didn't get to that yet. 1 large egg. I don't have 1 large egg, you guys. So I have 2 medium eggs in here. And here's the butter, except I put 6 tablespoons in. So I know that because I cook a lot, that a stick of butter is 8 tablespoons. So I'll just take some out and put it on the side. Boom. And I want to show you, I'm not going to use my black skillet because it has baking grease in it, you guys. It has baking grease. I'll sit down in a minute so you can see my face. And Deborah Garrett, thanks for coming and welcome. PIA, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. It was actually Dolores's idea that I cook every once in a while. So this is not an iron skillet, but it's really, really heavy. And I never throw anything away. So the thing that the butter was in, that's what I'm going to use. If I were using a cast iron pan, I would not have to do that because my cast iron pan is well seasoned. Okay, so for this one, you don't need any of those fancy things. The other ingredients we'll be using, here are the 2 eggs. So I'm going to beat these up a little bit. The butter's supposed to be really, 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 really soft. We're going to put a teaspoon of pure vanilla in there. Hey, Miss Shirley OG. What you doing over there, sis? I saw you walking around with your walker. So this, I got to beat it up. Beat it up, beat it up, beat it up. You can do this with a fork, you guys. You see how mushy it's getting? And like I said, I don't have one large egg, so I'm putting 2 medium eggs. I hope it doesn't make it too cakey. Let me see, is it too dark over here? I brought an extra little light. I don't know if that makes any difference. No, that makes it worse. Okay. So the only other ingredients we'll be using, I'll move this out of the way. We have flour, there's sugar in there, and it calls for 1/3 of a cup of dark brown sugar. But guess what? I don't use commercial sugar. You know what I use? Here's the 1/3 of sugar I put in there. This is a quart of pure molasses. Pure molasses. So I buy it by the gallon. And I'm going to put a generous tablespoon of that in it. So that's going to make it really, really, really caramelly. Okay. And washing my hand over there. I'll move this over more in the middle. So there's the molasses, and we're just going to mix it up. You wanted to shop so much, but ran out of energy. I run out of gas. Sister Subsoil said she's going to make some cookies too. So I'm mixing it up, and you see it's really easy. You hear it sloshing? It's really easy to mix up. My butter was the key to this. The secret is to have the butter really, really soft. And it only takes 1 cup of flour and let me see, was it a half teaspoon? Let me just check the salt and the baking soda. A half teaspoon of baking soda and a half teaspoon of salt. And they said coarse salt. So here are my little noisy teaspoons. But I like them because stainless steel is really clean. So I'm putting a little heaping tablespoon in. And a half teaspoon of salt. Oh, I guess this one wasn't even so this is coarse sea salt. Let me see what's going on. Oh, I had it open. I just haven't used it. Okay. So, So we're going to put a half teaspoon of salt. I actually should have put it in with the flour. That's what I usually do, but I was talking and I forgot. It'll be good. Our treasured home, Nancy, hello. I always see you guys cooking. So I'll just mix this around. And I'm going to put the flour in. I'm actually going to do it in 2 batches. And I'm just moving it around. Wow, this is really soft. Hope this is enough flour since I put 2 eggs in instead of, this is really chocolatey looking with the caramel. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I don't want to get molasses on the screen. maybe I'll put an extra little tablespoon of flour there. It looks a little loose for a cookie. I bake a lot, so I'll just pour a little bit more. Nobody has to eat it except me and my neighbors. My sister and my family aren't here, so I'm gonna just mix this around a little bit more, make it a little stiffer. Oh, it's gonna be good. And now it feels more like cookie dough, mushy cookie dough. So it actually smells like chocolatey already. All right. And I have some water in this thing. And then this is a 5-pound bag, 4.5-pound bag of chocolate chips. And it asks for a whole cup. So to make it easy, I'm going to put 2 half cups because they'll fit in this bag easier. Then the chocolate there's a shortage worldwide of chocolate, you guys. So I'm going to take this big bag and put it in one cup batches and put them in the freezer. Even though I got this bag at Costco. Costco's not paying me to say that. But, okay, so now we're just going to mix this around. And it looks like this. You said healthy scoops, please. Everything in this house is healthy and thick. It's thickums, and this is going to be good. So now, you guys make me laugh. So now this is the skillet. You're really supposed to use a iron skillet, but my iron skillet is being used by bacon grease now for tomorrow for my stir fry. Oh, well, we almost missed a morsel over there. So now we're just going to spread it around. See how easy this is? You come home from work, you got a little sweet tooth. This took, what, 5 minutes? By hand. Trying to make sure that it's even. I don't see straight, but it should flatten itself out. If it were a cake, I'd plop it like this. And then we're going to put it in the oven on 350 for 20 minutes. So, let me wash my hands and talk to you guys and see what you're doing. So, how easy is that? How many of you probably have flour all over my little tummy tum-tum? How many of you have ever made your own brown sugar? Hey, T-Hop42, thanks for coming and welcome. Your walnut takes away a little of the sweetness. You like walnuts? I have nuts. I have walnuts and pecans, but one of my neighbors is allergic to nuts, and I don't have you here to help me eat them, David, so I'm going to share. I have lots and lots and lots of different types of walnuts, cashews, pine nuts. I am the nut queen, and some of my kids are allergic to nuts. But I put a little half teaspoon of sea salt in to take away that little sweetness. And another thing Some bakers do. They have a kind of salt that's like in flakes, and you can just flake it on top. So let me set my timer. It's supposed to be about 15-20 minutes. Oh, I'll turn my tea kettle on. Oh, I know what I'll show you guys. Let me show you how I make my hibiscus tea. Oh, I already have it out. So this is already boiling, right? To make sure I get my 8 glasses in a day, I chug a bottle. I know you can't see my whole face. I chug a bottle of a 16-ounce bottle of water before I even get out of the bed. Before my feet touch the floor, I take my little thyroid pill and 16 ounces of water. Then I go and I have 2 cups of coffee, good coffee. I make my coffee with this little espresso machine like this. The old-fashioned way. Whoops. The old-fashioned way. And so that's 2 more cups. They don't count that as water. But then I take this mason jar, right? And see if you're getting around pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. And it's heavy when it's full. And this is how I make my tea. I don't put sugar in it. And I have plenty of tops. So if I want to take this jar out or whatever, I can do it. I'm just putting this on right now so that I don't knock it over. I can put mint in it. I have a ton of mint. I love, you count tea as water? Yes, old school. Everything is old school around here. You know, the way I cook, and I'm not knocking it, but the way I grew up is really old school. I'm retired and I don't have anything to do except make myself happy and my family happy. So I do everything from scratch the way I grew up, the way that I learned how. And my mother didn't open a can. Like I see people make a dressing and they say, open a can of cream of chicken soup. Open a can of mushroom soup. That's all well and good, especially if you're working, if you're busy. I got nothing else to do. I chop up my own mushrooms. I make my own roux, put the milk in it, and make my own. So that's just me wearing mine. Oh, this one, I have to be careful. This is the one for the kitchen. One time I wasn't paying attention. You love old school David. Is that why you guys love me? It's like going to Nana's house. I do the same thing. Lorraine T will tell you. If you come here, I just reach up in the cabinet, get some flour, get some cornmeal, get a couple eggs, baking powder, whatever. Just cook up whatever you want. I make you happy. Thank you. Thank you. When I'm in Arizona, Auntie Joanne doesn't even have to go in the kitchen. I cook every day, every single day, and I cook from scratch. I love cooking for my family. And you know what? The younger ones, they all know how to cook. Oh, I never did set the timer, do I? But I'm sitting right here. I can see it and smell it. It looks kind of cakey to me, but we'll see, won't we? We shall see. But it's the kind of cookie that they say you're supposed to eat with a fork. I'm sniffing. It doesn't smell like cookie yet. The Cookie Monster. But my 17-year-old great-grandson is a cookie monster. He likes to make cookies. So I found this old recipe somewhere, and I put it on a card. I said, this is easy enough. Yeah, so it's supposed to be a 10-inch cast iron skillet that you bake at 350. And it says to beat everything by hand. So that's all that you do. My camera up there is telling me it heard a sound. It'll be clicking me a minute to tell me that they see some action in here. Oh, a funny story. Hey, Rudy. Thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate each and every one of you. So, when I moved into this apartment and I have like a camera in the front door, other places, it's not a secret. Like when people work for me or come in, I tell them that I have, a camera. I'm not watching them. I'm watching my stuff. Rudy still loves the Vineyard Chicks. Very, very good. Miss Shirley sleeping all day. Now I have to do my exercises you missed earlier, but I will. Oh, you know what? This is where I do some of mine because the counter is here, and when I do my calf raises, and I stand, I do some of them in here. I accidentally fell. This is where I fell, right in this spot here. But took me I fell so hard, 2 days, 2 days, like almost back to back. And I wasn't paying attention. And I don't wear shoes here. And I left my fake Tims on the little pan, and my Crocs were in the doorway. And I was backing over, coming from the microwave, and tripped over it and fell. But I have a small kitchen. It's convenient, and it's set up so that this area here, when I open the door, if I accidentally drop anything with my neuropathy and arthritis, it'll only fall on the oven door. It opens a little bit. Trying to see if I can smell it a little bit. It's real chocolatey looking. No falling allowed. No, I'm good. I'm good. That hadn't happened in a long time. But guess what? I fell a couple years ago and cracked my two front teeth. I got them fixed. That's all I could think about. I could tell when I was going down. I tried to grab this. This is a big old antique butcher block. Can you see it? This thing is like 16 inches deep. I'd measured it before. 24 inches wide. It's got the hand dowels. This thing is a couple hundred years old. A couple of hundred years old. As you guys know, I'm 76 years old. When my son was here, they're like, "Mom, you have too much stuff." Yes, I have a light. I have a life alert. I don't know if Tracy does. It's right here. As a matter of fact, I'm supposed to test it. I even have an alarm to tell me to make sure I take my medicine because I live alone. But watch this. And my life alert has GPS on it. Like if I'm in Arizona, wherever, I'll say, look, if my alert goes off, I won't be in Connecticut. I will be in, say, Grand Canyon, Arizona. Well, watch this, how this works. And you get a person and they know exactly who you are. Watch me test this.
Calling the support center.
Calling the support center.
Your call has been connected to the care center.
I'm not making a false call. I'm supposed to test. Mike says, keep it on me. You mean when I'm climbing and stuff? Yeah. Tracy fell too? Boy, that falling will knock the starch out of you. I fell in the store and I fell.
Connected to the care center. A representative will be right with you.
You were home alone, PIA. You got to get one of these because this is. I live alone. I'm always alone. Even though
a representative will be right
there's an apartment. I mean, there's 79 apartments in here, but everybody has their own stuff. I also have an alarm in the bathroom and in my bedroom, but it just goes out in the hall. Nobody comes except my neighbors. Or if they hear Mr. Hershey barking a lot, they will come. They will call to see if I'm okay. Your shoulder hurts. I hope you feel better. You should have called David.
This is Carla at the care center. Do you need help?
No, I'm just testing because I haven't tested it this month. I've fallen a couple times, and I wanted to make sure that it was working in case I need it.
Thank you so much for testing the unit today. And can we verify your phone number and your address? And do you have any questions before I go?
No, thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you as well. Press the button if you need anything.
All right. Thank you. I'll put it on.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Bye-bye.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Hola, hermana, Yankee sister. So see how this works, you guys? It really is good. And I do wear it when I go out. Like when I go to the park to walk Hershey or just messing around. And it's not heavy. It goes just like this. Just like this. Oh, so it's bubbling around in there, you guys. So, okay. Okay. Thanks, Dolores. She muted it so that it wouldn't go out on the public airways. So, you guys, that's how I live alone when I'm doing things I'm not supposed to be doing. And yeah, it's convenient. It's really convenient to have. Me, Yankee sister, I only fell twice. Once in the store and once here. But I didn't have time at the store because my pastor at my church that's been there for 50 years, he passed, and that's why I was rushing in the store. I was trying to get home because his funeral was going to be on virtual service. So what I'm doing is I have this cookie rack ready for when I take the cookies out, and a little plate because we gonna eat. Oh, we gonna eat this bad boy. And I know you want to see how it comes out. PIA, rub yourself down with alcohol for soreness. Yeah, I have alcohol right here. I had the green one, but my aide accidentally broke the bottle, and I didn't get to the Dollar Tree. It was so frozen. It says hand cleaner with alcohol. So, yeah. And you know what? A hot Epsom salt bath really, really helps if you have a bathtub. I don't have a bathtub. I have a walk-in shower. My entire apartment is handicap accessible. The green alcohol is 50%. Yes. Use the green alcohol, PIA. That's what you use for when you fall. They buy you sugar or for rubbing. It says rubbing alcohol, the green. Yes, but alcohol, by the way, comes in 70% and 91%. You got vanilla ice cream to go on the hot cookie? No, I gave up ice cream because of my bronchitis. I do have popsicles, though. Never run out of popsicles. I always have popsicles. Yeah, Miss Shirley agrees with me, the green. Epsom salt is your go-to too, T-Hop. I'm an herbalist. I've been using herbs for way before all y'all were born. And I grow them, I dehydrate them. I've got about, I don't know how many things of ginger I'm going to plant tonight. I just don't talk about it a lot because I have so much stuff I'm doing and that other people do. You have Cool Whip for your piece of the cookie. No, I don't have any Cool Whip, David, but I have heavy whipping cream in there that I can whip up for you. Miss Shirley, I found a recipe for using avocado pit into rubbing alcohol to make a pain spray. You only let it go for 7 days, and I'm on day 2. Can't wait to try it. Oh, I've seen the avocado pit. And for those of you who are getting over colds, you know how you make cough syrup? You take red onions, like the big red onions, and you slice them really thin. Slice them really. What was that noise? Slice them really thin, and what is that? slice them really thin. You put them in a jar. You can put them in a quart jar. See my tea, you guys? You put it in a quart jar or a pint jar. Let it sit for 3 days. Oh, put the honey on it. Fill the jar up with honey, and it takes the congestion, the mucus out, and gets rid of it. MRG put it out on video with the avocado and alcohol. Yeah, I make a lot of poultices and salves and stuff, but I just make it for myself and my family. I make almost everything. I make all kinds of stuff. I'm always mixing up something. And I have this herb book that I bought when my son was a baby. My baby is 54 years old, you guys. And check your cookies, Auntie. Ooh. Oh. It's puffing up. It looks more like a cake, though. It looks like a cake. And I didn't set the timer. I never did set the timer, did I? Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, my goodness. It's going to be delicious, though. Let me see what you guys are doing in the chat. Mona, hi. What's the timer say? I never said it. Hey, Jihad, I saw you today when you were putting all those 2 big 5-pound things of hamburger away, all that broccoli. You said you were gonna freeze it, blanch it, and freeze it. And what else did you buy a lot of? I saw you shopping. I see you guys, but I was busy working. You see, I was finishing Dolores's quilt. I had all this stuff ready. I haven't had a helper for 2 weeks, so I actually had to clean up the kitchen. A nice cold glass of iced milk with those cookies. Yes, I have 1% milk in my pantry. I use the carnation milk or Thai milk with it, but I'm just gonna I'll drink some water because I don't want to be with my bronchitis. Dolores, pink, red, heart shape. Hi. So, let me check these cookies. I think it needs a little bit more. I wish I had sprinkled some more on the top. I wonder if it's too late to do it. Hold on. I'll check it. Maria Graham, here's this pot holder you gave me. Yankee sister, remember when you came and I almost set the towel on fire making cornbread that day? Not paying attention. Okay. Let me check him out. Oh, he looks delicious. And I think we're just going to let it cool. I'm not going to put any more on top because this looks perfect. I don't want it to get too burnt. I want it to be soft on the inside. So I have a glass of water ready to wash it down. So, smells like cookie heaven. You know when you used to walk in the mall and there would be like Mrs. C's candy and all those cookie places? And there's a place called Stu Leonard's in Connecticut. And you can walk by and they're cooking and baking and everything. This smells amazing. Why didn't you guys tell me to put some extra ones on the top? I usually do that with my banana bread. You know, I just put so many walnuts on it. I buy the walnuts in the big things like the chocolate chips. I put too many nuts in it. I put so many nuts in it. My granddaughter, who is an adult, she says, Nana, my whole ashtray in my car is full of nuts from the banana bread when she's eating it on the way to work. and she doesn't eat the nuts, so she takes them out. She's not allergic. Miss Shirley OG, your mouth is watering. Come over here, sis. I'll cook for you. I cook for anybody. I cook for me. And I'm just going to see if I can loose. Oh, it's already coming loose by itself. Sissy, I know my sister's having a fit, her and Roscoe. Mother too. But Mommy will have some cake tonight because today is my granddaughter's birthday and anniversary. So they'll be celebrating, but I'm an hour away from there. I'm going to let this cool a little bit more. It looks scrumptious. Oh, yes. It's trying to lip out. I'll leave it a little bit more. You love nuts in your desserts, Hudson? I do too. Oh, turn the oven off, Maria Graham says. I'm famous for this. I usually turn it on with my butt and turn it off. Thank you, Maria. Maria Graham. Here's the pot holder you sent me just last week. And I don't know if you were here. Let me see. I see the... Oh, do you see over there the recipe card holder that you gave me? This is so cute. So look, you guys. There's the recipe right there. You can screenshot it if you want to. You cook cookies in a pan. Yes, this cookie, Donzel, is called skillet cookie. A skillet cookie. Except I just didn't put it in my black skillet. My black skillet has bacon grease in it. And I didn't want it to taste like fried chicken or fish or cornbread or something. You always forget to turn off the oven, Janet. Mother, Maria Graham saying hello. Hello. Oh, this looks scrumptious. And you can see the chocolate down in there all melted. I'll give it a couple more minutes. You know, when you cut a pie, they say, ooh, this just slid right through. I guess, wait a minute. Oh, no. I got to put it back in, I think. I think it's a little bit too soft in the center. Yeah, it's too chocolatey in the center. I'll have to put him back. Couple more minutes. Darn it. Okay, well, that's life. But we can see it's going to be good. Maybe I'll put it up to 375. If I had put it in that iron skillet, it would have been heavier and hotter. You see the butterfly, Maria? Yeah, Google it, Donzel Cooper. There's 1,000 people making skillet cookies. You're welcome. But they do them, and they usually do them in a black skillet. But my black skillet has bacon grease in it, and I wanted to keep it. So, what are you? Yankee sister says hello, mother, mom. Hope you're having a good day. I'll call you after I finish the live. Is anybody? Oh, Janet, I saw you on somebody's live the other day crocheting. You and Mona sifting some soil. We're crocheting. I have a couple of crochet things. I have a new great grandson coming at the end of May. I was going to crochet something, but then I said I'll just make a quilt for him. And I already have some really nice batiks with blue and green in it, and some black and some green, some boy colors. I know he's going to be a little man. I have one great grandson who is 4. This little boy is fearless. You go to an elementary school where there's a big sliding board, like 2 stories. He was going up it backwards so that he would go around and go up all these steps and then slide down. And then he would, I just said, you could put the bacon grease in with a cookie. I know, but my kids would say, ew. Donzel tried it. He Googled it. He found out he really is the recipe, and it's definitely looks delicious. Listen to your Auntie Nan. I'm not going to steer you wrong. I've been cooking and cook. I cook. And I'm a good cook. I don't cook for my family. Why? Because everybody cooks, even the teenagers. My great granddaughter, one of them is 22. She has her own baking business. Her mother, whose birthday is today, people come to them to sell cakes. And we're talking fancy cakes, like with Oreos on it, the 4-layer coconut cake with lemon in the middle, all kinds of stuff. I have to get in line to cook. Why? Because I'm slow and they do it much faster. Whoa. Let me turn the on. I think I'll give it a couple more minutes. So, have you guys had your dinner? I know it's early out there. Yankee sister, come through. You could have been here while I had this in the oven. And you have a couple of other things to pick up over her. Maria Graham said she was making them this morning. Janice speaking to Jihad. Thanks you guys for visiting with me today. I appreciate each and every one of you. So this is some water. Cheers. Guava. Sitting here in front of this hot oven. So who else is going to make some skillet cookies? And you see how fast it was? Is that Jesus help you? No desserts. I got you, Anthony. I will give you some. You know, a little bit won't hurt you. A little bit in moderation. It's just like, it's hard to stop when it tastes so good. Oh, those of you who are content creators, don't forget to put exclamation mark GQUAT to drop your links so that you can connect with each other or find others after this is over. Oh, this cookie looks so good, you guys. And those of you who could see in the oven when I did open it, by your sugar. The reason I have the cookie sheet in there is so that when I put like a pie pan or something in there, it doesn't leak in my oven on the bottom. I try to keep it clean. Check out Homesteading with Janet here. Janet and her husband are restoring a house. You should see her climbing up ladders and doing things she's not supposed to be doing. Talking about me. How many, you have no idea what moderation is? OT have say when the pan is finished. That's why I like this recipe, because it's a small batch. You're only using 1 cup of flour, at the most, let's see, 1/2 and 1/3, less than a cup of sugar, salt, baking powder, pure vanilla, and that's it. And as you see, I make my own brown sugar by putting molasses in. How many of you have ever made your own brown sugar? I made some oatmeal cookies for the kids when I started consistently using the molasses, and they said, Nana, these are the best oatmeal cookies you ever made. that was a compliment because I've been making all of their lives. I've been cooking since, oh my gosh, mother. I know I was cooking at 7, 5, helping in the kitchen on a stool doing dishes because I had 5 younger brothers and sisters, and I was the oldest, and I had to help mommy. Cece said she's made her own brown sugar, and isn't it delicious? Yankee's sister has. I know people think I just invent stuff. I don't invent it. It's somebody else did it, or I heard about it, or I read it in a book. In back of that big quilt of Maria's, I have tons of books, tons and tons and tons of books. Oh, you guys like my headband? It's in honor of Black History Month. How I made my headband, I cut the waistband off of a skirt. I may have occasionally climbed a ladder like a ninja once or twice. That's funny. I see you, Janet. So, yeah, I think it's really, really time to take him out. So, pop goes the weasel. Excuse me, my back, my booty. Now look at him. Woo. Look at him. Turn the oven back off and let him cool down. This is almost like a double chocolate. Double chocolate. Let me try this. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's just got so much chocolate in there. It's coming apart. You know, they say that when you cut a pie, don't just cut one slice. You cut 2 slices and it makes it easier to come out. I'm going to let it cool down a little bit more before I take some out. In fact, I probably shouldn't be doing this, but I'm always doing stuff I'm not supposed to do. And it's trying to come loose already. Oops. It's not alive if I don't drop something. I'm just rinsing off that knife that I cut it with a minute ago. I'm getting a clean paper towel. Excuse my back. Maybe you can't see it though. And you have your plate ready, CC. I got you. If you ever come to this area, I got you. I will cook for you. And it's funny. Let me stop messing with this and let it cool down. I have so much food in my house that I usually have to tape my freezer shut in the kitchen. And I have a small freezer in the bedroom. I have to tape it shut as well. Gina. Janet, you sitting by CC with your plate ready to go? I'll make you each one. I can put a pan for each one of you in the oven. So it looks really, really hot. I don't want to burn my mouth. I'll let it cool down just like another minute or so. Oh my gosh. And I'm being careful so that I don't burn my arm with this handle is kind of long. Look at this, you guys. Look at that. Can you smell it? Can you smell it? Oh, I can't eat that. I'm not going to. As a matter of fact, when I get off my live, I'm going to take some upstairs to a couple of neighbors. You sitting by CC, Gina? I can actually take it out, but I'm going to give it like one more minute. One more minute. Is anybody, you just made a sub sandwich for treat day? Today's your treat day? Oh, I know everybody doesn't eat pork. I do. I had some pork chops that I cut up, dice them up. I didn't want them like that. I'm going to stir fry them. I already made the rice. You'll be close when you come to New York. The train comes right here. I'll come down and get you at the train station. I can drive. I have a driver's license. I don't drive a lot. I'll come get you. I'll come get you. I will roll for you, CC, baby girl. Won't we? Won't we, Yankee sister? Lorraine T might be in town. That's just rude, Miss Shirley. Miss Shirley, you know, my mom's whole family is in Uniontown, Pennsylvania. So when I fly there, I go to Pittsburgh and then have to rent a car and go back. I used to just drive from Connecticut. I just don't drive like that anymore. I can have it later with my tea. Come on, Maria. Come get some. I mail stuff sometimes to like Auntie Joanne. Oh, you guys, I am so mad. I did a little video for my sister, Joanne Stevens. Bayou Sugar said she had spicy chicken fajitas with Spanish rice. See, that's what I'm talking about. But Auntie Joanne went out and she picked the oranges off of her tree and her lemon tree. They're like 15 years old since they built that house. Oranges this big, lemons this big. I have a special recipe that I make with 3-ingredient lemon pie that I make with her Meyer lemons. So good. So I posted a video. They picked the ugliest, the stupidest thing to use as a thumbnail, and you can't change the thumbnail. And the background is like doo-doo brown. Every single thing you post is brown. I wish somebody could get to that. Like, nobody who wants a brown background. Ugh. Almost Janet said if she comes to visit. Oh, yeah. Janet and James are going to come here one day, and you can stop by and pick Miss Shirley up. So, you guys, let me turn things off. And look at all this melty chocolate. So, I'm going to put this over here and move this. I want to show you something. Do you see this? This is how much chocolate is melted inside. It's like ooey gooey chocolate. Ooey gooey. Like a, you know what it's like? A s'more. S'more, where you make the marshmallow and you melt it and then you put the graham cracker and the chocolate. That is what this is like. Excuse my back. I'm getting a fork because we gonna eat. Mother, I wish I could give you some. Look at all the chocolate melted on here. Okay, so now I know this piece is too big, but it really should cool down some more. But I don't want to take all you guys' time. Whoops. Down, boy. Oh, I think I dropped a little piece, so I broke it. And you know what? It's like a brownie. You know how a brownie is? Look, we're not wasting this here. We're going to take this we're going to eat this chocolate. Roscoe, look at this. Look, it's actually melted. It's like a melted candy bar. Okay. I'm going to share the first bite with you all. It doesn't look pretty because it's still hot. It's all broken up and melty. Check this out. Have some. Check it out. Mike said, give you the spatula. Mike, you sound like when we used to make ice cream by hand. Ellen, my neighbor has lots of supersized lemons and orange. What can I make with them besides lemon powder? You can make 3-ingredient lemon pie. Email me Bayou Sugar and I will send you the link to it. Oh, look at this. Mmm, mmm, mmm. Mmm. And the top is crunchy. Not nice. Try not to talk with food in my mouth. It's so good my eye is crying and eating. So you guys, this was really good. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I will cook for you more often and share my recipes. Okay? And actually, I had a hip replacement, a couple things, so I wasn't cooking a lot. But I cook a lot now. I cook every week. Yankee Sister said, "Oh Lord, it's like all melty in the mouth." Hudson said it looks good. It is so good. Look, it's like all melted together. Now, I make regular cookies the regular way, but I just thought this was something different, and I wanted to show my great-grandson that there's something he can do. He likes cookies. I think that's what puts him over the hoop when he dunks in basketball. All right, you guys. Mother, ego amote. So now it's time to say, I'm not going to eat this whole thing in front of you all. That would be just simply rude. Now it's time to say goodbye to all our lovely friends. I appreciate each and every one of you, but hold on for the outro in American Sign Language. I love you. And I will see you. Let me do my little